Hello, y'all. This is Lord Demos here, and I got a special guest today, which is my youngest daughter, Cordie. In 2 days' time, she'll be 5 years old exactly. And the Power Ranger month we've been doing is based on what she wanted to talk about. She likes Power Rangers. Today we're talking about Lord Zedd. Everybody voted on that, and they want to hear my theory on Lord Zedd. I believe Lord Zedd was the very first Red Ranger. One of the very first. But he turned evil. Yeah. And took up sorcery and stuff like that. And I know you can look at some of the stuff on the internet and look through the comics they've been doing lately. They give more backstory to some of these characters. And Lord Zedd has slowly been building for that backstory. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I like the storyline, but I kind of like the idea of him being a ranger. If you look at how he looks, the metal all over, even his mask, it resembles somewhat like someone wearing a suit. And then Lord Draken was a good concept. You see him got all that armor on, but you see with the helmet, he had the little mask thing right here, and then all this right here, the visor, was slowly contorting into the look of an evil visor. Just like Lord Zedd's. And then the Z right here that he has, the little Z thing.
A little thing.
Draken had a little thing right there as well.
Hmm?
And it's been known that Draken was actually using sorcery over a point in time. But my conclusion is why I think he's a Red Ranger is one, yeah, you go, well, he's red because he's got his flesh and meat skin showing. Not really. I mean, yeah, you could say that, but if you ever notice on his stuff, a lot of his stuff is based on red. Like whenever he was viewing the Earth, it was red. A visor. It was when he got angry, everything was red. He would turn deep red. And what was cool about it, and why I say he could be a Red Ranger, because the storyline of why he looks the way he does is because he tried to touch the Zeo crystal. And because his heart was still filled with evil, had evil in it, the Zeo crystal rejected him, but also harmed him and disfigured him. But what if that's part of what happened to him was the suit kind of attached to him? Think about it. The visor and everything, it's attached. All of it became part of him on some level.
That's very true.
Huh?
I said that's very true.
And I think that would explain why he has such contempt for the Power Rangers. But at the same time, he's one of the most powerful villains you see in the whole Power Rangers series. And the funny thing is, he was American made. He was never a Super Sentai villain in any form. He was created by Americans. And he was so scary that even people in the families and parents and everything complained that he was so dark and scary they had to tone him down. That shows you how dark this character.
And then he destroyed Earth.
Yeah, he wanted to, didn't he?
Yes.
I mean, he had his own Zord, Serpentera. I mean, who has Zords? Power Rangers. Yeah, later they say they build these Zords, but they never say his was exactly built and only one person could technically pilot the bloody thing. It was Serpentera. This was his. This is with his Zord. It fit the concept of what I'm saying. And also, he is literally more powerful than most. I mean, they recently brought him back, and you need to see this, on Dino Fury, the new one. Is that the new one, Dino Fury?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Dino Fury is now showed him returned. Lord Zedd is back.
Yeah, that's very true.
And he is so powerful that they had to restrain him, the evil ones, the villains at the time, but as soon as the Power Rangers broke the restraint, he beat the living hell out of everyone. It took the Power Rangers, Dino Fury, plus some of the villains to pretty much to pacify him enough to make him change his mind and leave. But I still believe he would still won the fight. He wasn't fully charged yet, and he still got to find his staff, which is more with him. When he gets that staff, he becomes even more powerful.
Yeah, because he has to be more powerful to beat everyone.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting they brought him back because of all the villains, again, you usually say we have a few American-made villains and everything, but I think of all the villains, Lord Zedd was the most iconic and interesting villains that ever been made. I mean, he's so cool looking. He's scary looking. I mean, he was able to, even though he didn't do it very well, and you can't really blame him on this, but he was able to create his own Power Rangers, the Dark Rangers. But what reason they failed because he used only the Green Ranger power to create them. He was the one who successfully takes the Green Ranger's powers. He understands these things. He even mentioned that when they were creating the White Ranger, Zordon, and them, that he couldn't sense Zordon anymore and all that. Because it's weird. Because he said the balance of the that he was part of the morphing grid. Why would he have access to the morphing grid?
Because he has to get more evil.
Well, no, he's a part of the morphing grid. The only people who have powers to the morphing grid are the Power Rangers.
But I have more power too.
Well, that's my point. Is he is a Power Ranger?
Yeah, that's why I call it half power. Half Power Ranger. Yeah.
I mean, that would explain why he's so dangerous as well. Is that he has access to the morphing grid.
Yeah. And the first thing for him is to get his staff back.
Yeah. And here's another thing to point out. And see, that's like she said, the staff. What if that wasn't actually a staff at the time? What if that was his Power Ranger weapon that he twisted and turned into his staff?
Yeah. He turned his weapon into a staff.
And there's been many times there's been evil rangers and all that. And yes, you can say, well, they all turn good over time. But, well, yeah, but that's just because it's a kiddie show on some level. But I think it would be more interesting if he was actually one of the original first Red Rangers. Or just, one of the first Red Rangers. Don't have to say he's the first Red Ranger. But that would be so neat. And see him.
The first thing, he was completely going to destroy the Earth.
Well, he doesn't want to destroy, he wants to rule.
No, he wants to rule the world.
But see, he sent Rita to do it.
Yeah.
That's how powerful he is, that he controls armies that he had somebody else go conquer another world for him.
Yeah,
because he didn't think Earth was needed his attention. But when Rita failed over and over again, he showed up.
Yeah, he showed up.
And he threw Rita away. But then he came back and married her.
Yeah, because he's crazy, I say.
He was in love with her.
Yeah.
Which is something else to point out, because most villains, only a few villains have been able to show love.
Yeah.
And he, even though all these things he did, he actually loved her in his own weird, twisted way. But Zedd is a very interesting character. Yes, that's your ring. But Zedd is a very interesting character, very cool character, one of my favorite villains.
Yeah, that's my favorite villains. But my ranger is like Tommy.
I know, and here's the thing. I think Tommy killed Zedd in the Lord Draken series.
Yeah.
The only reason why I think that is because the throne Lord Draken sits on is Lord Zedd's. So he at some point must have killed him, because he killed Rita in his world.
Because he didn't like Rita.
No, he just thought that she was that she was in his way now. She taught him everything, helped him conquer the world, and he felt like she was in his way and was going to hinder him, so he took her out.
Yeah, that's where it was in Sky.
And this is from the person who want to go say hi to Tommy.
Yeah, that's me.
But what I'm saying is, Lord Zedd.
Yeah.
Would be. I think Lord Zedd would be. It would be cool if they established that he was a Power Ranger at some point. Yeah. And that's why he has so much power and access to things. It explained why he looks the way he does. What?
Daddy would think he wish he would be real.
No. Unless I was him.
Yeah.
But another thing is, if you notice a lot of times with a lot of the villains, they try to do things a certain way. They want to do this, they want to do that. Zedd pretty much almost offensively hated Zordon. I mean, yes, a lot of the villains hated Zordon, but you could tell there's some type of animosity that he had towards Zordon. And that might have been because Zordon was one, I believe, because they talked about he used to be a great sorcerer too, and they make references that he might also used to be a ranger as well. Yeah. One of the first ones as well. That would be awesome if he was one of the first White Rangers and Zedd was one of his original Red Rangers when he was a White Ranger. So that would explain why they have such animosity toward each other. Why they didn't like each other. I mean, when Zordon was destroyed and all the villains at the time was turned good or destroyed because of his power wave, Zedd was turned into this nice-looking guy and everything. And you could see that he had these capabilities and this look about it. He could have been a good ranger, pretty much. I mean, a little too good for my taste, but whatever.
But he turned into bad when he was always good.
Well, I'm talking about after that. Zordon was killed and turned and all the villains were turned into good guys.
Yeah. And then...
But somebody brought Zedd back to evil.
Yeah. But who would it? It will be that witch.
No. It was some monster. I'll let you see the episode.
Okay.
But, and then, I mean, also you got to think about Lord Zedd had a son sometime.
Oh, yeah.
Drax.
Yeah, because he moved over to it, and I need everything. I need to show my both hands, okay?
Mm-hmm. Calm down.
No, you calm down.
But so there, that's my opinion. I mean, there's a lot of other things I can say that might point towards it. But with them doing these new comics lately, it's hard to say that they're going to go that route. But I would think it would be interesting if they do. It'd be cool to see a ranger that was pure evil. Not these psycho rangers. They were not rangers to me. They were monsters that wore a suit. I mean, it wasn't really interesting to me. I want to see a ranger that's gone bad and stays bad. That's what he is. He is an evil ranger. Now, for next month, I'm going to go back to my Star Wars. Something I love very much. Of course, everybody knows.
Yeah, it's a big thumbs up.
And I'm going to, so my 3 things I'm going to let y'all vote on will be lightsabers. What they were used for and were they essential for Jedis and Sith to actually do the things they were doing. And my take on what made them a flaw towards the Jedi Order. Something to think about. Or we can talk about the creation of artificial crystals that the lightsabers use. And how they were created and everything. Because Sith normally use them, but there's been a couple of Jedi, mostly known as Luke.
Yeah, but Daddy still wants to steal them.
Mm-hmm. And then I also want to talk about, or we can talk about the Force in general and what it plays within the universe, the galaxy of Star Wars. And what I see and what I view the Force really as.
Yeah, but...
Which one do you think we should do a video on?
Well, the blue one, because he's my best color.
Which video should I do a video on? The lightsabers, the lightsaber crystals, or should I talk about the Force?
Force.
That's your vote?
But the important thing about the other Rangers is they're nice about him. But
we're done talking about Power Rangers.
No.
The video is about to be over. Stop. Okay, so everybody, hope y'all enjoy your Valentine's. I hope everybody had a good time. Sorry if this video was a little late. We had a lot of things going on yesterday. Somebody's birthday party.
Mine.
And it took up a lot more time. I didn't have a chance to do the video, which is fine. I don't mind. A little late video would be okay. And if you're wondering about the background and everything, I'm doing this in the kids' room just because I have no other space to do it right now. But yeah. So I just want y'all to vote. Either do the lightsabers or the lightsaber crystals, or we can talk about the Force. Y'all just vote and let me. I'll see y'all in a couple of weeks.
Get a thumbs up, a big thumbs up.
All right, y'all. Take care now.